My speech is about the history of tobacco in the U.S. This is a tobacco plant. Thousands of people smoke across the U.S., but they don't really know where it all began. Tobacco has always been around throughout history. It has been in the U.S. even in its early days, before the U.S. was an independent country. It was a main export of the southern colonies in the U.S. They used to grow it for sale. It was a crude version of what is being made today. It generated money for southern states and was known as Indian tobacco. When the cotton industry boomed, a lot of farmers started to plant cotton instead of tobacco. But there were still enough farms to grow it and create a market for it. 1614 was the first time Native American Virginian tobacco was sold in England according to a record of anti-smoking campaigns in chronological order. In the beginning, tobacco wasn't smoked from anything like cigarettes or cigars. It was smoked from pipes. Even though there was cigarettes in crude form, not until early 1600s did a new process of making cigarettes change tobacco sales and manufacturing. It became easy and cheap to manufacture large quantities of cigarettes. Tobacco helped fuel the Civil War with money and cash flow. Cigars were not popular until the late 1800s. In the 20th century, people really started to notice the negative effects of smoking tobacco. Studies started coming out about how non-smokers lived longer than smokers. Originally, the Europeans saw Native American tobacco as a type of medicine. In 1603, physicians across England complained that people were smoking Native American tobacco without a prescription from a doctor to do so. They complained to King James I of England, which in return stated that the smoke is a sore on the eyes, and the smell, it hurts your nose, and that's not good for your brain. It took many years, but finally some real warnings started to come forward about smoking. In the year 1944, the American Cancer Society began to advocate the negative effects of smoking tobacco. It is interesting that in the beginning years, tobacco fueled the nation's early development and economies of a young nation. Many people do not realize how important tobacco is in the U.S. even today. It still has a large sale in the U.S. From 1998 to 2013, the government has collected $528.5 billion in taxes and settlement payments alone up to 2013. According to R.J. Reynolds, tobacco companies, the U.S. gets $30.80 of what is sold on a pack of cigarettes, or 66% of the average pack of cigarettes. What would amount to more than 6 times the profit in their company. So next time you see someone smoking, just think about how they pay the state every year, and just to think of all the negative effects it has on them. And yet they still do it because it is so addicting. That addiction has helped fuel the economy of the U.S. since the very beginning. While at first glance it may not seem interesting, I can guarantee there's more than there seems to be. People have been smoking it since the beginning of the U.S.'s creation. A lot of people do not realize, but they sell so much of it. 42 million people in today's society are smokers in the U.S. There's still a lot of farms in the U.S. that produce tobacco for sale, and cigars are made at a low cost. In the 1800s, cigars became popular because of a new type of tobacco that was found. Cigars are still around today, just not as popular as they were in the past few years. Smoking cigarettes can cause cancer and other terminal illnesses. Even though people still smoke every day, there's tons of ad campaigns and other things that discourage people from smoking cigarettes and other tobacco products. Many states have gone and banned tobacco from school and county properties. They used to allow smoking in restaurants. They no longer do this because it is thought to be unhealthy. In the past, people never really realized how bad the effects of tobacco were on their body. They smoked it for no reason, and they just got addicted to it.